Hello YouTube, B3 here, back with another kicking action figure review. Today's view is over another Marvel figure. I know, been doing a lot recently. But this is the Marvel Select Disney Store exclusive Superior Spider-Man figure from Diamond Select Toys. Yes, I got this from the comic shop during Free Comic Book Day when all action figures were 25% off. I've been wanting this for a long time. It's been at the comic shop for a while. Luckily, they kept leaving it in places where it was kind of hard to see, so no one else bought it. But also, they might not have bought it because it was 35 bucks, which is why I waited till it went on sale and then got it. Because I love Superior Spider-Man. I love his character. And to my knowledge, actually I'm pretty positive, that this is the only figure of this suit. Because this is the first suit that Superior Spider-Man wore. Well, technically the second, because first was the regular Spider-Man outfit, when the title was still Amazing Spider-Man. But as soon as he became Superior, boom, got this when that title started. And it's a very neat outfit. It's still a lot like the regular Spider-Man outfit, but with some little personal changes for Doc Ock. You know, because I'm assuming you all know that he took over Spider-Man's body for a while. But yeah, it's a very cool figure. You can check this guy out right here. Zoom out just a bit. Yeah, he did come with this very cool stand. You know, he pegs into it pretty well. As you can see, it's kind of like that, the superior foes of Spider-Man, whose butts he kicks pretty fast. And you got Beetle, Boomerang, and all shoved in here, you know. Very cool. I really like all the boomerangs on it. That's nice. And he just trashed them. Look at these guys. Very cool. Very big base. Very big. I love how Marvel Select those in these big old bases. These big diorama pieces. I love it. Love it. But I'm going to put this to the side for now. And we're just going to talk about Spider-Man himself. So yeah, Superior Spider-Man. Very cool figure. First we're going to talk about articulation. Now for articulation on Marvel Selects, it can go several ways. Because there are many Marvel Selects that, you know, kind of have basically no articulation. I mean, heck, the Ultimate Iron Man has basically none. And, you know, they're mostly just display pieces. And then there are some newer ones that are very well articulated to the point where they're pretty much Marvel Legends. They're really rivaling Marvel Legends at this point. I mean, Marvel Select's been doing a great job. But this guy kind of hits in between. You know, it's not quite Marvel Legends quality articulation, but at the same time, it's not near as bad as many of the older Marvel Selects. I mean, I don't think it's bad. It's just not really impressive. So, you know, the head doesn't go up too far, which is too bad. You can't get him in lots of web slinging poses. But it does go down a nice little bit. I mean, he can look down. And you got up and down on the arm, forward and back on the arm. You do have a bicep swivel, which is real nice. Single elbow bend. And then you have forward and back on the wrist, and you can kind of rotate it, but it does kind of bend out the arm a little. Like, you can see the arm isn't, it's got this little flap right here kind of, and it pushes it out, you see. So I don't really like that. And then he has an ab crunch, which is, you know, it goes back pretty far, but forward basically none. So, you know, he's really just not going to get in any good crouching poses. He's not going to get any good web slinging poses. He's got a waist swivel. Kind of like this in-ish, out-ish movement on the legs here. And they can kind of rotate that way, but they can't kick out, which I really don't like. He's got a double knee bend. And then down here, he's got like up and down on his foot, but that's really it. I mean, I wish his articulation was more like the Amazing Spider-Man figure, because you can get this in all kinds of poses. But, you know, you do what you gotta do, I suppose. But yeah, Disney Store exclusive, so he's pretty hard to find. You gotta get him online or Disney Store. I normally do see him for $35, so I think I got a pretty good deal. But yeah, now detail and paint. As you can see, he has the compound eyes that Doc Ock put on the suit. Really nice. So the front of the head looks good, but at the back, all the webbing kind of meets at this point. And it's been a while since I read the first few Superior Spider-Man comics, but I'm pretty sure that wasn't how they met up on his head. I mean, it could be, but it looks a little weird, right? And like all this webbing is sculpted in, which is really nice. And for the most part, it's real clean line work. Some of them don't connect right, but whatever. His spider symbol's really nice. It's painted a little up the joint, like it has that line, but I think if they would have added one more little ab thing right there, it would have looked better. But yeah, spider and everything sculpted on. His fingers do have kind of little pointed tips because he did have claws, so I'm glad they have that. That's pretty cool. But the inner hand isn't really painted. It's got a holding hand, flipping hand. I thought that the flipping hand might have looked a little small at first, but it's fine. It's all good. He's kind of got the dark color here, blackish. He's got this kind of spider right here. Looking good. I think they really captured the feet well, because he had that kind of little claw toe thing going on, which is really good. I feel like maybe they're a little tall, but then I thought about it and I was like, nah, it's fine, I guess. Peg holes, obviously. But yeah, not a bad looking figure. Really, really glad I got it. Now it's size comparison time. Here's our Superior Spider-Man with some other Marvel Selects. As you already saw, here on the left we have the Amazing Spider-Man figure, and here on the right, Anti-Venom. So yeah, these are some of my favorite Marvel Selects. And I think he scales well with both of them. As you can see, Anti-Venom's bigger than him, but he's a symbiote, so that makes sense that he would be so tall, and etc. And then the Amazing Spider-Man is actually a little shorter, but I think that's fine too, because the Amazing Spider-Man was a high schooler, right? He didn't graduate till the Amazing Spider-Man 2, so this is a high school Peter Parker right here on the far left. But in the center, this is Dr. Octopus in an adult Peter Parker's body. So I think that the scaling is actually pretty good. So this guy scales up really well with your other Marvel Selects. Now here he is with some Toy Biz Marvel Legends. You know, here on the left we have the Carnage. I mean, this is technically the Hasbro re-release, but it's a Toy Biz sculpt. And obviously he's just way too small for this Spider-Man. And then here on the right we have the Battle Ravaged Spider-Man from the first Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie, and he's just way too small also, obviously, so he's not going to scale up well with Toy Biz Marvel Legends. And now here he is with some more recent Marvel Legends from the Marvel Legends Infinite series. Here we have the Infinite series Thanos Build-A-Figure Batroc the Leaper on the left, and the Thanos Build-A-Figure Spider-Woman on the right. I didn't actually mean to do two from the same wave, but it works out because, you know, Batroc, he's got that Bucky Cap mold, which is a pretty standard mold for Marvel Legends now, and it's obviously way too small to scale with Superior Spider-Man, and Spider-Woman, she's really too small also, which is, you know, too bad. But there's always the Marvel Select Spider-Woman, which actually looks like a pretty cool figure, so hey, you know, you do what you gotta do. Collect the scale you want, you know, whichever you prefer. But yeah, he's not gonna scale up well with Marvel Legends at all. Obviously not Marvel Universe or anything. But yeah, if you really want this guy to scale well, he's going to need to go with Marvel Select figures. So, Diamond Select's Marvel line is really what you're going to need to go with. So what are my final thoughts on the Disney Store exclusive Marvel Select Superior Spider-Man from Diamond Select Toys? Honestly, he's really cool. He's a really cool figure. I really do like him. I wish I could pose him more, because Spider-Man, he's a very nimble character. He's very flexible. He's always doing all kinds of crazy poses, you know, slinging through the city, and he always lands kind of in a crouched position most of the time. And I can't really get this figure in any of those poses. I can mostly get him just kind of standing straight up with his arms out, maybe. And he's not really, he's just not really impressive articulation-wise. I mean, he's better than they could have made him, but he's not that great. Detail and paint, however, looks really, really good. Scaling is really, really good. He comes off a really, really cool base. And he's just a really nice figure. Great display piece, but if you want to pose him around and articulate him and stuff, he's not really good for that. Which is too bad, because this is the only Superior Spider-Man suit like this. And the Marvel Legend for his second suit is pretty poseable, but doesn't really, it's not accurate. It doesn't have his back pieces, it doesn't have his gauntlet pieces. So, you know, I'm still waiting for just a good, perfect, Superior Spider-Man figure. Still waiting for the perfect Superior Spider-Man. I really hope they do kind of a big fancy deluxe one like they did with Venom and Carnage, but, you know, whatever. So all in all, this guy gets 4 out of 5 stars. I mean, articulation's really the only gripe I have with him. He doesn't scale well with Marvel Legends, but he doesn't need to, just Marvel Select. So honestly, you know, I think he's a pretty cool figure. Very glad I picked him up. you know, 35 bucks, and I wouldn't have paid that for him. I wouldn't have been satisfied with paying that for him if I didn't get him on sale. I'm glad I got him on sale. 25% off. But yeah, you know, I'd only get him if you're a big Spider-Man fan or a big Doc Ock fan, a big Superior Spider-Man fan, something like that. Unless, you know, you just don't mind paying that or want to get all the Disney Store exclusives or something. But, you know, I'm a big Superior fan, big Spider-Man fan. I got him, and I do like him. He's not a bad figure. He's just not as posable as I feel like a Spider-Man figure should be. So yeah, that's it, you guys. Please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out all the cool links in the description below. You got Facebook, Twitter, all that jazz. And you got the old review. Well, not an old review of this guy, just like the last review we did should be linked down in the description. All kinds of great stuff. Other YouTube channels you can check out. Really just great stuff, you guys. Great stuff. So thank you all so much for watching. And I'll see you all later.